Cut to the chase. Earth. Events. Patriots are ready to armor up for freedom. Marshall Masters Vertical Bar 20th October 2020. Conservative commentators are driving home the same point each day. That this election will determine whether or not America slips into the abyss of a Venezuelan-like socialist dystopia. If they would Planet X Nibiru incoming and news suppression. Marshall Masters Vertical Bar 18th October 2020. The disclosure of the content on Hunter Biden's computer has yielded damning evidence of corruption in the Obama administration. Now, we see the mainstream media and social media tech giants waging a coordinated news suppression war. Whether you are on the left or the right makes no difference. What does matter is your right to fight for your life. Ergo, suppose you are not prepared for the coming Planet X Nibiru flyby. In that case, you and your loved ones will suffer as the victims of disinterest or a global disinformation campaign orchestrated by globalist elites. If you have heard of the Georgia Guidestones, you'll know their eventual aim to reduce the global population to 500 million, with a much smaller and easier population to enslave. In other words, they seek the most extensive possible dieback in the history of humankind. I initially came to this conclusion in 2005. Still, in the lead up to the Mayan calendar date of 21st December 2012, there was little if any interference with those publishing on Planet X Nibiru. However, that changed dramatically after an eclipse in September 2017, which coincided with blood moon tetrad theory. It had nothing to do with faith and everything to do with demographics. During that month, more people Googled the terms Planet X and Nibiru than in Google's history, and virtually all were Christians. This event sparked a flashfire of concerns for the globalist elites of a vast surge in Christian nationalism vis-à-vis the election of Donald Trump in 2016. Never forget, everything we see now on the political stage is but a kabuki theater of musical chairs for the coming Planet X Nibiru flyby. Whoever is left standing gets to live with the dinosaurs. Yes, this is a battle of life or death for both sides, for patriots and globalists alike. The initial globalist response was to unleash a disharmony campaign and division to thwart a unified Christian response to the coming Planet X flyby and prevent a global awakening of all Christian faiths worldwide. Consequently, from September 2017, researchers' suppression such as me was brutal and has remained so. This Planet X Nibiru suppression's general effect was, is, and will forever remain sinister. What do they allow? If you push truth, they'll push you down, but if you push fear, they'll push the traffic to you. Why? Because fear eventually exhausts interest, and folks just walk away. This accounts for the rapid turnover of people coming into and out of the Planet X Nibiru topic since then. In a similar vein, what we see today with fake news and social media cancel culture in this election is orders of magnitude greater than what began following the election of Donald Trump in 2016 and the eclipse of September 2017. Suppression gaslighting. The suppression that began after the September 2017 eclipse has escalated by orders of magnitude. The mainstream media has a single voice, led by unseen directors, and the same holds for Silicon Valley social media tech giants. The principal methodology now being employed is something called gaslighting. Britannica.com, 18th October 2020. Gaslighting. Gaslighting, an elaborate and insidious technique of deception and psychological manipulation, usually practiced by a single deceiver or gaslighter on a single victim over an extended period. Its effect is to gradually undermine the victim's confidence in his own ability to distinguish truth from falsehood, right from wrong, or reality from appearance, thereby rendering him pathologically dependent on the gaslighter in his thinking or feelings. The term is derived from the title of a 1938 British stage play, Gaslight, which was subsequently produced as a film, Gaslight, in the United Kingdom, 1940, and the United States, 1944. Gaslighting will be the elite's principal technique to set us up to fail during the coming Planet X Nibiru flyby. As I have repeatedly warned in interviews over the years, when CNN tells us that Planet X is just an exciting light show, most victims will be gaslight and subsequently suffer. What does gaslighting look like for the common man and woman? A good example is masks and bandanas. They separate us from each other and make us more dependent on the globalists to understand the truth and what it is not. A case in point focuses on COVID cases instead of actual COVID deaths, and the suppression of simple generic therapeutics such as hydroxychloroquine, as noted yesterday by concerned physicians. Broadcast date, 17th October 2020. BitChute repost by Pirate Pete 66, 20th October 2020. America's Frontline Doctors Summit Part 2. A group of medical experts from around the country are speaking out against misinformation surrounding the coronavirus. The doctors gathered on the Supreme Court steps in the nation's capital Saturday morning to inform Americans not to be afraid of the virus. Frontline Doctors website. These physicians are being punished for being forthcoming. One of the most disturbing suppression trends they complain about is that reputable research that is inconsistent with the political compliance masking aims of the globalists is sponged off the internet at a breathtaking pace. This brings us to the Hunter Biden scandal, the most recent trigger event that has unleashed the present-day war on the 2020 election's truth. The election of Donald Trump in 2016 and the Christian fascination with Planet X Nibiru in September 2017 were both trigger events, and as the old saying goes, everything comes in threes. Biden trigger event. The third suppression trigger event was triggered by the explosive New York Post articles on the Biden family's influence peddling corruption schemes with regards to the Ukraine and China. No doubt, these initial disclosures are the tip of the iceberg. New York Post, 14th October 2020. Hunter Biden emails show leveraging connections with his father to boost Burisma pay. Hunter Biden discussed leveraging his connection to his father in a bid to boost his pay from a Ukrainian natural gas company, according to an email he sent around the time he joined the firm's corporate board. In a lengthy memo to his then business partner, Devon Archer, who already sat on the Burisma board, Biden repeatedly mentioned "my guy" while apparently referring to then Vice President Joe Biden. Under President Barack Obama, the elder Biden was the point person for U.S. policy toward Ukraine, and he held a press conference there with Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk on 22 April 2014. The White House reported the New York Post articles. This triggered the globalists to become brazen about their power and indifferent to the public perception of their suppression efforts, and even they were not immune to this suppression. Fox News, 14th October 2020. Kayleigh McEnany, on being locked out of Twitter for sharing NY Post reporting. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany speaks out after being locked out of her personal Twitter account for sharing the New York Post's reporting on Hunter Biden. To its credit, the New York Post did not back down to this ferocious suppression effort, and this venerable news source took the Silicon Valley social media tech giants head-on. New York Post, 14th October 2020. Big Tech is in the tank for Biden, Democrats divine. In case there was any doubt that Facebook and Twitter are corruptly partisan, the social media giants censored the Post's story Wednesday on Hunter Biden's email suggesting he took cash for access to his father, Joe Biden. The bombshell exclusive was trending all Wednesday morning on social media platforms until Big Tech stepped in to run protection for the Democratic presidential candidate. Facebook announced it would censor the story by reducing its distribution on our platform. Twitter also intervened to protect Biden from the scandal yesterday by blocking the Post's Twitter account @NYPost, claiming the story violates its rules against distribution of hacked material. Links to the story were tagged by Twitter with a warning message. This link has been identified by Twitter or our partners as being potentially harmful. Not only has the New York Times refused to bend a knee to the globalist masterminds and their mainstream minions, but they also continue to press on. New York Post, 16th October 2020. Hunter Biden email detailing alleged Chinese ties confirmed by source, report. An email thread that appears to show Hunter Biden pursuing a lucrative energy business deal in China and possibly cutting his father in on the action has been verified as authentic by one of its recipients, Fox News reported Friday night. The Fox report also cast light on a tantalizing mystery in the emails, as first raised by the Post, a reference to 10% of the proposed business's equity perhaps going to the big guy. The big guy was a reference to Joe Biden, Fox revealed, citing unnamed sources. The Post had broken the news of the Chinese wheeling dealings on Thursday, but the reference to the big guy had not previously been clarified. Fox's source verifying that the emails are authentic is not named, but the network said the person was someone copied on the thread. Hunter Biden, in the email, was identified as chair-vice chair depending on agreement with CEFC, an apparent reference to the former Shanghai-based conglomerate CEFC China Energy Co. Public reaction to this suppression was so strong, the tech giants are on back foot and trying to implement a kinder form of suppression, assuming such an absurdity is possible. Then, of course, there is the spin as the truth is swept under the carpet. HippoChimes.com, 17th October 2020. Democrats and media claim Hunter Biden stories are Russian false narrative. The Democrats, along with media, claim the Hunter Biden stories published by the New York Post are Russia disinformation and a false narrative. Rep. Adam Schiff, DeCalif, the House Intelligence Committee chairman, and a top Democrat claimed that the Post stories on Hunter Biden's business dealings in Ukraine and China are part of a smear campaign and comes from the Kremlin. He made the remarks during an interview with CNN's The Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer. "We know that this whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin," he said when asked by Blitzer if the Hunter Biden stories are Russian disinformation. "That's been clear for well over a year now, that they have been pushing this false narrative about the vice president and his son," he said. However, Schiff said he didn't get any new information from the intelligence community when asked by Blitzer to corroborate his statement. Now we're back to Russia once again. For those on the left, it's the new gospel. For those on the right, as Biden likes to say, come on, man. However, where the globalists can claim a clear initial victory is in the suppression of the QAnon movement. The operative word is initial. Sponging opposing content. In her 14th October 2020 interview with Sean Hannity of Fox News, Kyle McEnany made an excellent point. What happened to her is commonplace in countries where dissenting voices are not tolerated, such as China and North Korea. Until this Hunter Biden scandal trigger event, the mainstream media and Silicon Valley social media tech giants have waged a constant propaganda war against the QAnon movement. While Technology magazine Wired is no friend to the Patriots and QAnon movement on the right, they anticipated the organized and complete shutdown of QAnon voices on the internet that occurred on 15 October 2017. Wired.com, 8 October 2020. A Facebook ban won't stop QAnon. Even if the social network's new policies work perfectly, Q followers can still camouflage their activity or move to other platforms. As for hiding the actual QAnon label, that's happening right now, this very minute. Even before the ban, QAnon groups were discussing alternate ways of identifying themselves to avoid detection and moderation. Tech censorship doomsday strategizing is common to all online extremist groups, both because they constantly break terms of service and because it suits their paranoid worldview. In this case, people actually had orders to do so from on high, the user identifying themselves as Q told them to drop all references Q Kano etc. to avoid ban termination. Some groups have been using 17 as a replacement callsign, but it will be something new by morning. From the outset, Q has warned that a time of suppression would come. That the QAnon movement would be silenced by the globalists who control the MSM and social media, and that all that was required would be the right trigger event for a fait accompli. The New York Post revelations about Hunter Biden provided that same opportunity. How has that played out? Popular QAnon analysts, such as Praying Medic and X22 Report, have been warning their audiences for months of a coming suppression and already had alternate plans in reserve for this eventuality. I follow Praying Medic and X22 since I first became interested in the QAnon movement, and both have moved to other platforms, most notable of which is CloutHub, and here are a few helpful links to get you started with this free social media platform. Learn about CloutHub. CloutHub free registration. Praying Medic. CloutHub channel 115. X22 Report. CloutHub channel 122. While the CloutHub platform is less robust than the social media giants, it has come a long way from its humble beginnings, and the only concern now is that the globalists will find some way to silence them as well, by hook or crook. Is this globalists' suppression of QAnon warranted? Only if you are a globalist, sycophant, or collaborator, because the Q movement is a peace movement, and the smear campaign against is a projection of what we see happening with Antifa and Black Lives Matter. So now that the globalists have moved the QAnon movement of the internet, what comes next? QAnon and growing public defiance. During September, I drove over 3,000 miles across the country during a COVID lockdown. At every stop, I made a point of engaging with Americans everywhere. I found that we are divided into two camps, defiance and fear, all bound together by the same sadness and pain as I described in my 8 October 2020 account. Yovusa.com, 8 October 2020. Why America is Freedom Savvy, a tale of two Denny's. This election will be about one thing, pain, those who feel it, those who care about those who think it, and those who give it lip service, namely, the pain of losing businesses, jobs, careers, and the worry about foreclosures and evictions and so forth. As I drove across the nation, I encountered people outside of the progressive enclaves. Here is where folks feel the pain of this pandemic, and the fortunate ones who live amongst them, and care about the plight of those less fortunate. Hence, what I saw is that the progressive narrative is falling on deaf ears, with 75% of hardworking Americans living outside of the progressive enclaves who either feel the pain or who genuinely care for those who do. In the last 10 days since posting that article, I have used the time to quietly reflect on these observations because I instinctively felt that something was missing, and now I have identified the missing element. My article only described the tip of the iceberg, but not what lurks below the waterline. Now I know what is below the waterline, and I want to share it with you. The social media channels for popular QAnon community members are merely the tip of the iceberg and always have been. What lurks below the waterline is vast and runs deep. It comprises those in the community and those sympathetic to it as well. This is what I saw in the defined areas across the country. But what does that defiance mean? Are these just fair-weather friends who will fade away due to a fear of personal persecution for openly following the QAnon community as it reorganizes from the 15th October 2020 suppression? Some may, but most will not fade away because now I understand what I saw just below the surface as I drove across the country. People are not only ready to stand up for freedom, but they also are prepared for the sacrifices that will entail as well, and what they are waiting for is a call to action. Mr. President, if you call, enough of them will come to make a difference, and the main body of the movement will be Christians. I believe this is because God had prepared those of this faith for this time, which is why the Holy Bible is, in many respects, a Planet X preparatory. While they will be the majority, they will not be alone. Those of other faiths will join with them, and not march behind them, but abreast, and proudly so. The globalist fear of Christian nationalism triggered by the September 2017 eclipse is now ready to march and, most importantly, win. Banned from public discourse on the internet by the globalists, the QAnon community will be back, and in a more significant way than the globalists could have ever imagined. If you worry about that, ask yourself why. If it is because you are told by the MSM to worry about the threat of a peace movement, then when the globalists set us up to fail during the coming Planet X Nibiru flyby, they'll do the same, and so will you. But for those of you who are ready to run to the windows and shout, "I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore," consider what Japanese Admiral Yamamoto was heard to say following the attack on Pearl Harbor on 7 December 1941. "I fear all we have done is to awaken a sleeping giant and fill him with a terrible resolve." Isoroku Yamamoto. In many respects, what the globalists and their minions did to the QAnon movement on 15 September 2020 is every bit as underhanded as the attack on Pearl Harbor, and likewise, it was also a terrible miscalculation. The Japanese thought Americans lacked the will to fight, and that they would sue for peace after Pearl Harbor. America reground and fought back. Ergo, as they say, nothing ever goes according to plan. This suppression triggered by the Hunter Biden scandals has only served to further awaken and enrich patriots from all walks of life, and an insatiable thirst for justice will be the outcome. If you do not see it coming, it is because you have been gaslight and can only see what the globalists want you to see. If you can see beyond that, be patient. Wars are never won in just a few news cycles. WWG1WGA. Spread the word. Tags: Nibiru, Planet X, QAnon, QX. Category